All right, everybody. I'm here with George. George has been part of the Leadbase community for over a year now, probably. I think, George.
Yeah, I think it was like last December I joined.
Right on. And he's become one of the coaches here at Leadbase as well because he's a very smart individual. He's a roofing pro and AI pro as well. So today I brought George on to what I don't know if this is a podcast or what this is. We're going to see what it becomes. But George is going to show us some cool AI tactics for split testing ads, and he happens to be an expert in the roofing space as well. So if you've watched the previous videos on the channel, we've been kind of testing out some different techniques for split testing ads and creating ad creatives. Today, George is going to show us a way to use AI to split test ads even more efficiently. And so I'm going to give him the floor, and I'm probably going to interject because he's smarter than me, and I'm a giga Chad, and I won't know, so I'll have to ask him questions. But I'm going to let him take it away and show us what he's got set up for us today to split test some ads.
Yeah, so I guess what I can do is just dive on in. As far as that goes, guys, I know, Ryan, you have your kind of creative that we want to test. I guess I'll use one of my test ad accounts to show this, but I got the copy up here. We got our creative created already. In the previous video, I did show how to create creative with ChatGPT. It looks like you did that too, Ryan. So people should be good to go now. So by the time you get here, you should have your creative copy ready, and then from there you could start just quickly setting up your Facebook ad tests. As you know, going into Facebook, setting up individual ads. I don't know about you, Ryan, but it's been slow as heck for me lately. Mm-hmm. So instead of it taking an hour to set up a campaign with a dozen creatives and a few sets of copy, it takes me like 5 minutes. So just gonna show you guys how to do that. So first things first, just make sure you have all your creative downloaded in one place on your machine. If you're not using a MacBook, go ahead and buy a MacBook, and you'll be much better off. But
Step one, spend $5,000.
There we go. Spend $5,000 and then have the computer break 2 years later. So you have to spend.
There you go.
Is the trend
that
Apple Care? Yeah. I miss 2014 MacBooks when they would last 8 years, but that's no longer the case.
Yeah.
But the first thing I do, guys, is I use a tool called DigitalOcean. I mean, going into this era of AI, you should have some sort of cloud platform that you have access to. If you don't want to use DigitalOcean, you can use Google Drive. I'm going to show you guys the fun way. So first things first, so just sign up for a DigitalOcean account. Once you log in, you'll have the option to create Spaces object storage. This is the equivalent of what's called an S3 bucket. Don't worry about what that is. It's just a place online where you can store files and make them public. And so what you want to do is create a bucket. I have my bucket here already, but I guess I'll just go through this and do it again. It doesn't cost you per bucket. That's why I like DigitalOcean. Like other cloud platforms, they'll charge you like $20 per month per bucket minimum. It's like $5, and you can do like unlimited buckets, or I think up to 100. We don't really need CDN or anything because this is going to be kind of one time we're using these images. But I'm going to call this Ryan's cool tutorial.
Nice.
Thing for YouTube. Select the project. It'll be whatever you have. I'm just going to leave it. Here's Roofing Copilot. And then I'm going to create a bucket. You can see I'm paying $5 per month, and you get up to 100 buckets, which is super freaking cheap. Yeah. But all we need to do now is we got to upload our creative, right? Okay. Super easy. Make sure you have it all in one folder. You just come in. And if you want to kind of segment these out, you can create a different folder. So this is, I think this is like North Carolina.
Yeah.
Right? All right, so North Carolina roofing campaign or roof replacements.
Do you need the URL for the landing page, I guess?
I'll put it. That might be helpful. Yeah. I didn't think about that, yeah. Send that on over. But in the meantime, what you want to do is you'll just want to upload your creatives. You should have those in a single folder. Just come here.
Upload. By the way, guys, George did do a more extensive video of this in the bootcamp where he created the creative as well, but he was using some similar stuff to what I did. I think you just used ChatGPT in that one, right?
I used ChatGPT to come up with the ideogram, like bulk upload.
Right, the ideogram. Right.
Yeah. Gotcha. ChatGPT's images are way better now, so I've just been sacrificing my minutes of waiting just to get those really high quality images.
Right. Yeah, they actually made it, like over the past couple of weeks, they've gotten significantly better, it seems like.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like a lot of my creative that are performing come from there.
Gotcha.
I'm hoping they open it up through the API so I can just like do a bunch of requests
right
at once instead of having to wait. But anyway, the one thing you guys want to do is just make sure to set this to public. Otherwise, when Facebook tries to access your images to upload it to your asset library, it's going to be like this doesn't exist. So make sure to set it public and then hit upload. And then what we're going to do from here is we want to grab all the names for the images within this folder. Now you can copy and paste each of these. I'm a lazy programmer nerd, so what I'm going to do is if you're on Mac, you can open Terminal. If you're on Windows, you can open PowerShell. For PowerShell users, I haven't touched a Windows machine in 12 years, but I'm sure you could chat GPT how to convert this command to your Windows machine. But first things first, just you'll want to go to where it's downloaded. Put it in your downloads folder so that this is easy. Type a little squiggly guy right there, and you'll type downloads. After that, you want to go to the folder, which is creatives. And then the best way that I've found to output this is just ls-1, this little pipe guy, and then pb copy. And what that does is it just copies everything to your clipboard at once, so you don't have to worry about anything, right? So you just paste this in as a row in Excel.
Crazy. Okay.
I feel like that if that's too advanced, Ryan, you can tell me to not do that.
No, that's good. I think I can figure it out.
Because
They can pause and rewind, just like
yeah. So if you guys struggle there you go. Pause and rewind. It's a good idea. And again, you can just take this and just ask ChatGPT, how do I do this in Windows PowerShell? And it's going to give you the correct answer. So just do that. I didn't do that. You guys are adults. I'm sure you can figure it out.
Like most marketing bros and gals are using Macs at this point, so
okay, good.
hopefully.
And so basically, Ryan, I think we want to test those creatives, and you were just telling me you want to test add 1 and then add 4.
Yeah, let's give those a try. They're a little bit more simple, I guess, ads, straightforward.
So what we'll do is let me close this out. And basically what we have here is I'll give you like kind of a template to this, Ryan. Do you want to put this on YouTube or did you want to save that?
Put the template on YouTube?
Yeah, just so people can like copy it.
If you're cool with that, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll send it over. I'm going to be making this more advanced later, so you just upload your creatives and it'll be even better at that point, but here's alpha version. But basically what we have here, guys, is if you look here, you'll see very similar options to what you see within Facebook's Ads Manager, because all we're doing is we're using their import-export feature. What I found is trying to create one giant sheet like this with everything at once becomes kind of cumbersome. So what I did is I split it up by campaigns, ad sets, and ads. So you can create each of those individually. Right, and so for our campaigns, what I'll typically do is just name it Roofing Leads Campaign. Right now we're going to be testing creative. I guess we're doing both, but I'll leave it as that. And then we're using ABO instead of CBO. I just like to specify that. Your naming conventions are up to you. Campaign objective, you can select any of the ones here. Typically, as lead generators, we're going for outcome leads. Buying type auction, you can leave all this as default. Campaign bid strategy, unless you're doing CBO, you don't want to use. And then I specifically use these two special ad categories in roofing because I'm typically doing financing offers. Yeah. And that requires you to be in financial products and services and housing. If you're not doing that, typically it's housing. I don't know if you've seen different, Ryan, but that's every time I'm not in those, it just flags me.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I also specified that in the other videos. Okay. Put both those on. Yep.
So it's basically the same stuff here. And then for ABO, what we're doing is we want to set up an ad set for each ad, right? So that we could specify, okay, Facebook, you need to spend X amount per day for this ad itself. Instead of with CBO, or if we throw all of the creatives in one ad set, Facebook will decide to spend $100 on this one creative that isn't generating crap, and it'll spend $0 on another creative, and now we don't know what's working, right? And so typically, I like to have $12 per day per image is what I found in roofing, just because it is a higher cost per lead. I think with lower cost per lead industries, you can go lower and get results. And so I would go ahead and update that, but I'm not going to worry about the ad set right now. What I'm going to set up is the ads, right? And so I would typically name it just with the copy name. So this would be, I think your first copy was ad 1.
Yeah, I didn't name them very well.
It works. I have the same naming conventions. And then for the actual creative name, I just leave it to the name of the file, right? The image file. Yeah. That way we can see at the ad level what's going on. I'll typically just drag this down.
Oh, I see. Sorry. So the copy will be just add 1, and then the creative is the file name, which is actually really helpful. Okay.
Exactly. Yep. It makes it easier when you're optimizing, because then you can go back. And with Ideogram, when you download it downloads a CSV alongside it with the image name and then the prompt that created that image. So you can go back, you can say, okay, cool, this image is working, and push that through Remix.
Right.
And now you have some variants.
Very cool.
Anyway, so we got that rocking and rolling. We're going to change ad set here in a second. We'll update the title and copy. What I want to do is I just want to get rid of these image data in my clipboard. So I'm going to go to image file name, and I'm going to paste it. And this is all the images from our folder.
Right.
And then for everything else below this, if you still have stuff, you can just delete it.
Right.
And then rock and roll from there. With that being said, there's a few things we're going to need to change. Do you want me to just do this in one of my ad accounts, Ryan?
Sure. Yeah, if you don't mind. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we'll make that super easy. I'll pull that up just so we can do that. There's a few things we're going to need to change. I'm going to be building out into this. One, uploading creatives, video and images, but then also two, having it connect into Facebook's marketing API for myself.
Right.
So that I could just pull ad accounts, pages, etc. And make it a bit easier. But this is the easiest way I found without doing all that and getting Facebook to approve me.
Right.
Now, as far as getting stuff uploaded, right, I want to make sure that we have the proper image URL for the image that we're trying to run. And you can see here on the left-hand side that now it's ad1.jpg, so it's matching all the names of the creatives in your folder with the ad name. For the image URL, we want it to actually upload the image, so we're going to go back to DigitalOcean, and I'm just going to copy one of our origin endpoints right here. And all that's going to be is if you open it, you'll see it's the image.
Right.
Right. And so that's how Facebook is able to, without you having to upload, because I've noticed with bulk import, when you try to upload images, it's just like, this file doesn't exist. I'm like, I just uploaded it to Facebook. So stopped using that. But what you'll do is you'll just drop this here, this URL, and then just remove the image name, because that image name is going to come from the file name column that we have right here.
Right.
Right. And so now instead of you having to individually copy each one of those
Nice.
URLs, it does it automatically. And we just click through and you can see, okay, cool. That's it. It looks like that's not hyperlinking for some reason. But if I copy the URL, you can see it goes to it.
Okay. Nice.
Right. So we got that. We'll need to change a link object ID, which is just a page ID. Destination type is website. Where did you send the landing page through?
In Slack.
Okay, cool. I'll grab that real quick. Is that app.skillthedrill.com?
Yeah.
Cool.
/roof, I think.
Let me pull. Oh, I like that. That's a cool ass landing page, dude. I might copy that tonight.
Do it.
Yes, it's /roof.
It's built on perspective.co.
Oh yeah, I've heard. Have you had success with our landers as far as conversion goes, like increasing?
We're just starting to test them out right now, like literally this week. So hopefully, I really like it. I think it's really good. It's just like combining the best parts of Unbounce and Leads Hook into one. Yeah. So hopefully it ends up being good, because I think it'll be good for the Leadbase community to use something a little bit easier than the Unbounce Leads Hook combo. But
yeah, because I feel like even I like Unbounce though with like the AI like split testing. Like that was a cool feature.
Yeah, that's the one thing that Perspective doesn't have, is you can only test 2 variants right now. So we were chatting with them. They're like, hey, we're down to move over to you, but can you please just give us like 4 variants at least? Like that'd be real nice. But we'll see.
One of my mentors yelled at me for testing too many, so I think even 2 may be okay.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, you don't necessarily need 10, but if you could test like 4 or 5.
I think that'd be nice to be like a little bit more efficient with your testing, especially if you're driving higher budgets. You know.
Totally. 2 is just not enough. But a lot of times we'll have 3 or 4. I feel like on average we have like 3 or 4 kind of running.
That definitely helps too. Like just like, especially on demand gen, I've noticed like the landing page matters a lot more.
Totally. Yeah, big
which is what I'm trying to get through one of my media buyers' heads.
Right.
We're working on it.
Right.
Anyway, so we got that rocking and rolling. We got this going. Do you guys typically use any UTM like tracking parameters?
Yeah, we do.
Do you want to drop those to me?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I forgot to add those here, but we'll add them just to keep it easy. Let me go ahead. I'm going to update the script so you guys can see the nerdy side. By the way, guys, if for any of you nerds out there, you'll have access to the script too. Like it's attached to the Google Sheet. So if you want to modify it to your needs, go for it.
There's lots of nerds. Just use this one. This is just the basic one. It's not really our full-on UTM, but just plug it in for the purposes of this, if that's cool.
No worries. Just so they can see it. I just like having that in there so it's done, right? Don't have to worry about it. Oops. That's way too many columns.
Yeah, and the whole point of this, guys, people who are watching, is obviously we've talked about testing like testing everything and testing again and again and again. And this is just going to allow you to test multiple creatives, do it without having to use any other kind of software that you need to pay for. You saw in another video, I tried AdsCook, and AdsCook's cool. There's some pros and cons to it, and this is going to allow you to kind of create your own system for split testing and continually testing new creatives and getting better and better as you go. So I was stoked when George shared this with the community.
You can thank Lauren because she said I can't buy any more software. So
You have to build it yourself.
yeah, I spent like $7,000 a month on software. So she's like, stop. I was like, no, I'm addicted.
Dude, that's badass.
I don't know, maybe. Definitely hurts profitability, but I like making sure.
Building your own software is sick. So
we'll talk about that next time. Should we leave that as like a little precursor?
Sure.
Prepare to make more money, guys. Let me export this. So to get like the link object ID, this is one like annoying part. Is I'll literally go in. I'm gonna use the Roofer Ron brand that I created. Like I think that was like last February.
Right.
By the way, that worked really well. I just
Nice.
stopped it because my other stuff was making me more money at the time. Right.
Fair.
So like I feel like the leads that came here were even more high quality, just based
Really?
on the stuff that you taught, like just in the initial phases of what you had last year.
Nice.
But let me export that real quick, and you guys can just come here, export selected, remove empty columns. Otherwise, you're gonna have like a 200 column CSV, and it's gonna be impossible to find what you want. And then just pop this baby open. There we go. Okay, so you'll just literally just search for link object, and then it'll have it right there. Just copy it from whatever ad account you want to set this up for. I'm gonna drop link object in here, and then I'm gonna drag her down.
Nice.
Yeah, figuring this all out, like which columns you need and which columns you don't. Facebook has no documentation on this. So, like doing this the first time took me like 7 hours.
Right. I was gonna say, how did you even dial this in?
It's
Holy.
Smashing my head against the wall, like continually uploading CSVs until it finally worked. I was like, yeah.
Right. Nice.
It was like 2 a.m. I was like, well, what did I just do? I'm
Right.
supposed to get up at like 4 tomorrow. So
Traditional troubleshooting, just hammering files in.
don't do it, guys. Just give up. No, don't do that. But definitely worth it because now we just get stuff up so much faster.
Yeah, this is
and now like we have a campaign tracking dash where we have to drop these in, otherwise you can't launch a campaign.
Right.
That's just like my process for my team. It's like set this up, otherwise no, you're not launching it. But they prefer this anyway because I think everybody hates Facebook's UI for Ads Manager now.
Yeah.
Because it's just so slow and buggy.
It's pretty brutal.
Yeah. But anyway, a few other things we need just while we have that file open. One is I like to pull. Do you typically do like city plus or do you do longitude plus? Like how do you typically target?
I mean, we're not actually in the roofing space, so we've been testing these ads out to kind of show what we would do if we were running roofing ads. I've just been targeting literally the state, but if I was going to, if I had a client in a specific region, I would probably be targeting based on zip codes. I mean, we can kind of do whatever you want to do here. So you usually do longitude plus right, plus 15.
Yeah, because
that works too.
Special ad category, especially, it'll like mess you up.
Oh, right, yeah. Right.
The way I find that is like, I'll just do the office. Like, let's say 123 Sesame Street, New York. I think it's Kings Park, New York. Longitude, latitude. I don't know if I spelled that right. I'm not a good speller. So, I did spell it right. Okay, cool. And then I'll literally just grab that for like the client's office address. So I hate how they output that. Let me find a different one. And I'll literally just pull it from one of these guys.
Sorry, what's this for? For the
for targeting.
Right.
So that way it's literally the longitude is on top of their office.
Gotcha.
So just like client's address, longitude, latitude.
Oh, gotcha. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I have an easier way to do it that I completely forgot about. Handy dandy Google Maps. I think when you right click it, sorry, whoever's address this is, there we go. You just copy and paste it.
Sorry, dude. Well, that's actually 123 Sesame Street. That's funny.
Yeah, because I always use that for like go high level locations.
I used to live at 12345 20 something Street. I was pretty proud of that address.
Shouldn't have moved, man. That's a good address.
That was sick.
And then you just copy that
I
one
see what
down.
you're doing.
If you want to do cities, you can also just do like New York. Oops.
Right.
I typically just do this longitude though, so I'll just delete this. Or you can just make it blank because I don't remember if that breaks something. And then we just want to get the tracking pixel ID, and the way you do that is just, oops, I'm doxing my tracking pixel, and I'm gonna have to delete it and start a new one, but that's okay.
We can.
Have you ever had that issue, like you show your pixel and then people send traffic to it?
Not that I've noticed, but it's probably happened.
Yeah, I would definitely like just delete that from video.
Yeah.
Version, and you can just copy this. It's TP, and then for some reason it makes you do it twice. So just do it for both of these columns. It's the same thing. Bid strategy, I typically just do lowest cost. I forget what the other option is, but it doesn't drive results. And then we'll just set our ad set bid strategy. Our ad set daily budget to $12. Impressions is fine. Offsite conversions is what we want. If you want to set age, you can here. I've tried deleting recent here. It doesn't work. Because now it targets people living or recently in this location. On Facebook, I haven't noticed. Have you noticed how it took that option away?
Yeah.
Which is, so I tried hacking around it. Doesn't seem to work. Still gets people
Tried
out
to
of
hack
the
the
area.
mainframe.
What's up?
Tried to hack the mainframe. Couldn't do it.
Yeah. Zuck's smarter than me.
No, maybe not. In case people don't know, you used to be able to target where people lived, but now it forces you to target where they live or if someone visited that location, which is a pain in the ass if you're trying to get a homeowner, obviously. Especially if you're in, there's a couple of guys in the group I don't know, I'm getting so many people out of state, and they were targeting Miami and New York, and it's well, there's people traveling there all the time that are dumb enough to fill out your form for a local offer, and that's kind of the problem, but it is what it is.
I found the best way to do it is for the custom landers that I showed how to build last time, ask the zip code on the front end, get the zip code list that the client wants, and then just check against that if send an out of area disqualification event to Facebook. But you can see here we only have the 13 creatives here.
Right.
I know we wanted to test different copies, so now what I'm going to do is just set up the copy. I believe everything else is set up properly. If not, I'll show you how we know it's not when we actually upload it. So hopefully we have some mistakes in here so that we can go through that. I don't know why it's being pissy with me now. Give me oops. That's my OCD. That doesn't actually matter where the tabs are located. But okay, so we got that rock and roll, and now we obviously have to put in the copy. So for ad one, is there a specific headline that you've noticed works best, or I could just
I don't think I have. I haven't looked at the headlines. Let's see here.
Just start dropping the copy in here in the body. Whoops. So one thing to note, guys, come in, actually delete it, and select the cell. Otherwise, it's going to paste into multiple cells. But now that that's in there, let me go ahead and fix the spacing too. That doesn't look right. Yeah. Oops.
Facebook
You just hit Command Enter to just add new lines. Boom. And boom. Cool. Got that in there, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag it down for all those creatives. And then, did you have one, or you want me to just pull one from here?
Low payment roofing options is working well, which is kind of surprising.
Okay.
Are you just doing one headline?
Yes, so I typically don't use the where you're able to test multiple pieces of text at once, just because the data on the back end I notice is absolutely horrible.
Yeah, it is.
So I just do one set of copy per ad. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, 100%. That's what I prefer as well.
Low payment roofing options. Okay, so we got that. We got the copy in here, right? And now, oh no, we have to create 13 more ads with the creatives with new copy. No, you don't. Copy. So we'll get that rocking and rolling, and then literally just come down. And what I do to delineate things, because we share these Google Sheets with each other, is I'll add a border. I don't know why my voice cracked. I swear I already went through puberty.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. I didn't. I'm still working on it. But what you'll see here is just adding this delineation, right? And then what I'll do from here is it's ad 4 that we're going to test. And I'm very anal retentive about naming conventions, so my team has to match the ad copy name in our doc with this. But we'll change these all to ad 4, so we know. Still the same creatives, and then I'm just going to copy that. Do you use the same headline, or?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, just use the same headline for this.
Okay. And do you typically do the Unicode so that it copies the bold into Facebook?
No, I don't actually.
Okay. Do you want me to show how to do that
Sure.
on this? Okay.
Yep.
Oh shit! What just happened here? Oh, I just copied down the border from all of them. That's okay.
Oh.
We're not gonna bother fixing that right now because I don't want to waste your guys' time. I'm sure everybody here's smart enough to fix that. Cool. Oops. I also like to fix up the spacing a bit,
Yeah. Right.
just because you want it to look good on Facebook. Let me copy that over. Before I drag that down, I use a tool called Yay Text to like make that fancy looking text on Facebook because
Okay. Nice.
Facebook uses like Unicode for this.
I
So
like
let's
that.
say we want to make it bold. Yeah, it's a super cool tool. Highly recommend. It actually does have effect on conversion and CPM as well. So I'm not going to do it for all of them. I'm sure everybody will get the point, right? I'm not sure.
Yep.
Yeah, so you'll just go in, you'll paste in your text, hit copy, right? And you can do it anything. You can do this weird alien language down here if you want. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. I don't recommend doing it, right? Do something like bold italic, etc. And then you just come in here and like replace this. And when you import it into Facebook, it'll actually use that Unicode and you'll see it'll be bold in your ad.
Cool.
And so I'll just keep this little example so that we have it. We could do the same thing here just to, I won't bother with it. I don't want to waste too much of our time.
That's
I know
okay.
we're pretty deep in here.
You're good, man.
But
People are glued to their screens right now.
I bet,
Right.
guys, if you leave, you're basically giving up $1 million right now.
That'll be in the thumbnail.
Yeah,
Leave and lose $1 million.
there you go.
We better get
Don't
100%
find
watch
the
time on
issue.
this video.
If we don't, there's issues,
Yeah.
But no, cool. So drag this down, and then North Carolina homeowners. Cool. So we got the copy, right? We got the creative. That's all set up. We don't need to change anything there. That was the only difference we made was we changed the body. But now we have 26 ads to test because of the header row, obviously, instead of. And then we can just delete these excess rows here. I just want to make sure that everything matches here. So this should go directly to its own campaign. Perfect. Okay. Website leads. Okay, it looks like we're all good there. So the last thing I'm gonna do is to make this super easy. Instead of you having to like merge this all, I created this little tool. Just uses the Excel columns to merge it into this Facebook import. And so just so you guys can see it's working, I'll hit Facebook ads, merge sheets. It's gonna ask me for permission, I think. Yep. Okay. I'll need to grant it that permission. And then I just stole all of your guys' data. No, I'm just kidding.
And it's
Read the script if you don't believe me. It's just combining cells. But, okay. And then data's populated.
Right.
Right, and so this is the actual format you need to import into Facebook. Like each ad needs to have also the campaign name, etc. And so then we'll take that. I'm going to copy it into, just to show you how to import, right? I have my ad account open. I have the sheet open over here. I do it the easy way. I just select all, Command A, Command C, copy, and then I go import ads in bulk, copy and paste, drop it in, hit import, and then if there are any errors, it'll give them to us. I probably forgot to do something. Hopefully there are, so that I can show how to debug. Okay, it worked. Well, I guess that's
No
a
errors,
good
dude.
But anyway, we want to make sure that ads that we have, like it sticks within range of our budget, right? Because this is 26 times 12. It's $312 a day. Some of my clients, that's a fine budget. Some of my clients, they're going to crap their pants if they see that, right? So that depends on just what's working with you. But you can see here we have the ad name. We have creative test is how I name it. And then ad 1, ad 4, right, with the different creative variants as well at the ad set level and at the ad level.
Nice.
And if we come down to the ad level, we can see, okay, I'll have to publish it. Let me turn it off. Okay, it's off. I'm just going
And
to
you
publish
found
it.
that just $2 just took too long to spend enough to get like a good, because I guess a click could cost more than $2 in roofing. So
Yeah,
it just wasn't
it's
enough.
like $3-5.
Yeah, right.
So, and we were seeing like 96-cent cost per clicks. Whoops, because of errors. Good, we did get errors. But let's see. Must be valid page ID. Okay, I think I forgot to copy the page ID. That's a good thing, right? Now we can go fix that. Yeah, easy peasy. Yes, I think if you do something nationwide, right, like insurance or whatever it may be, you could probably get away with a lower budget. But with roofing, like the cost per lead's so high, like average $50 to $60. Like you need to be spending more per creative to actually get any tangible results.
Yeah. So if someone, let's say you have a $50 per day budget, you might be limited to maybe you go down to $10 and you do 5 ad sets or something, and just do 5 at a time and pick your winners. See what, if something gets over a 1% click through rate or 1.25 or whatever you're kind of aiming for, you can run with those in a winning ad set and then test some more afterwards.
Well, what's cool about this is like to create a new test, all you have to do is duplicate this, and then you can change out whatever assets you want, hit import again. So like once you have the base campaign done, it's not that hard to set up. You're literally just changing copy or creative.
Right.
Or landing page.
Right.
Those are the 3 things. So like this is typically going to be like the initial campaign setup for the client is going to take the longest. And after that, it's just duplicate, right? And change one thing and test it. And then make sure you name it properly. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this the lazy way because I don't feel like figuring out why it said that it wasn't the proper ID because I think it is. I'm just going to edit this and see. Oh, mixed values. I think I know why. We're going to go to ads. Yeah, I didn't copy it down. So make sure you drag it all the way down, guys, so that it does like go from here to here.
Is that the page ID?
Oh, that's the issue. Yeah. So because I dragged the page ID, what it's doing is it's incrementing. I forgot about that.
Oh, I see.
Google Sheets does that by default. So just copy, select all cells. Whoops. Click once, copy, select all cells, go down, paste. And now they should all be the same.
Gotcha.
So let me redo that merge of sheets. We'll go into Facebook import, done, and then we'll copy this baby over. What I like to do, just to keep it easy and clean, is as soon as I notice something is broken in here, I'll just discard drafts to get rid of it, and then I'll start over again. So I'm gonna go, import ads in bulk, copy and paste, and then that's it. And then I'll post it again just to make sure. And I did want to show that like that bolded text copied over, because having that, the italics, for some reason, like weaving that in does help. I think especially for like the above the fold text and the body copy, having that like catches more attention. Like it stops the scroll better because it's unique. It's not something you see a lot on Facebook.
Right.
Let me try publishing this again just to make sure it works, and then I'll dive into that here. Make sure we don't have any other errors. Obviously, you guys got to turn your campaigns on, but I think everybody knows how to do that.
Don't say everyone.
Okay. Most individuals.
Publishing.
And then the longest part of this is waiting for Facebook to publish.
Right. This is sick, though. I love this.
Yeah, it keeps it easy.
Yeah. I mean, people might be thinking, this doesn't look that easy, but once you set that sheet up, like George said, once you set it up and you can plug and play this, then it's a game changer. Because, again, you can't just expect to take a couple easy templates and plug them in and make your 10K a month or whatever. You need to test like crazy and try different things. Like you need to, and one piece of creative that you don't think is going to work could all of a sudden drop your lead cost by, 50%, and boom, you're making way crazier profit margins, and quality gets better. All these things just come with testing. So that's why this is important.
I mean, that one you had, like the one with just text, like I never thought ads like that would perform, but those are like in some of my markets, like a quarter of the cost per lead, and they convert like crazy.
Like the ugly ad style?
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, let me pop this open, just make sure everything looks right. So you can see here, we got ad one. Roofer Ron's connected. It's going to the right landing page. We got our creative in here. We got our copy.
Nice.
It's all looking solid. I want to pull up ad 4 so we can see our pretty bold text. You can see it's bold there.
Beautiful.
Right, Unicode.
Look at that. Look at that ChatGPT. Get a roof 125 a month starting at. Actually, kind of looks cool. I actually like it. It might work. It probably will work.
Nobody's gonna notice. It's kind of like that. There's like newspaper things where it'll be like, I bet you didn't notice this was the whole sentence was spelled wrong, right?
Yeah.
Like, out of place. I didn't even notice that, but
there you go.
It could be a creative choice, right? Like that. Anyway,
it'll probably convert. I just feel like things like that. I'll mess something up once in a while, and then it'll just like crush. I'm like, oh, sick.
Yeah.
And then it's something I
spelled wrong. If you're running on clients' brands, allows you to change, and I'm like, no, this is a really good call. Like, but you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot.
All right.
But anyway, yeah, so it's all in there, right? We got 27 ads or 26 ads to test. Each have a dedicated $12 a day budget. And then I'll leave this running 24 to 48 hours. I don't touch anything. And it's really hard for me to do.
Right.
But I just need to give it time, and then I'll come back, look at what's converting. I'll sort by, if we have leads, I'll sort by cost per lead.
Right.
Right. If we don't, I'll sort by CTR.
Right.
Because sometimes you're going to have a higher CPC. Right. But also still have a higher CTR, but that's because Facebook's punishing you and giving you a higher CPM for some reason.
Right.
And so another thing I found is just doing 2 of each also works if you have enough budget for it.
Right.
So doing 2 of each ad, right?
Right.
Because sometimes like Facebook will be like, oh, it's a $10 CPM here and a $1,000 CPM here, which I've seen $1,000 CPMs lately.
I've seen a lot of that recently. Like a lot of guys in the boot camp. One guy came on the call like, my CPM's like 600 on this and literally 10 on the other one. And he's like, what did I do? I'm like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. Is Facebook just being a dick? Like,
duplicate it, reset, because they're just like,
yeah,
I don't know. I think they're just trying to like rob you.
Probably.
I'm not sure.
They've been known to price gouge, so.
No, them.
No, not Google does that too. But dude, thank you. That was seriously unreal. I feel like, if you guys watching, like I said, testing's so important, and this is going to help you test like crazy. So that's really the name of the game in lead generation, whether you're selling leads or doing retainers or whatever. So yeah, appreciate it, George. Thanks for joining us on the channel. If you guys want to talk to George more, he is in the boot camp teaching every single month, talking about AI and roofing and all that stuff. So I was like, we need this guy part of the crew. So appreciate you, man. Where can people find you? Is there anything you want to people to check you out on? Check out your YouTube channel.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to see random nerd stuff, I guess that would be the place to be. I don't really have any lead-based cool places for them to go yet, but do you want me to drop that to you and you can put it in the description?
Yeah. We'll plug his YouTube channel in the description. You can check out his other tools and stuff that George is building. And and like I said too, if you want to check him out on Leadbase, don't DM him because don't want to fill up his inbox, but you can join his calls and stuff like that.
I respond like once a week to DMs.
It's too many for you.
Yeah, I mean, there's some cool stuff on YouTube real quick. I just realized I completely forgot about. Built like voice AI agents before they were big. Go high level, like stuff to drop stuff in the Notion.
Nice.
Bunch of stuff how to continue to create content. There's a ton of stuff that I built here just automation wise because that's what I like doing. But
what's your channel called?
I forget. Geopopos.
Gaming. Sweet.
Name is my answer.
Everyone check him out.
Yeah.
Check him out, dude. That's sick. Thanks, George. Appreciate your time, man. We will we'll talk soon, and excited for people to check this out and become true split testers.
For sure.
Appreciate it.
Is that a shiny Charizard behind you?
That is a shiny Charizard, yes.
Sorry, I just saw that.
We'll end with that. Thanks, guys.